One of my favorite Bible characters is Peter. He's an inspiration to me because of the strong character traits he possessed, and his lack of shame in showing them to all who encounter him. One of the traits that appeals to me the most is his passion. Peter always wanted to do things wholeheartedly. In Luke 22:33, he says, "Lord, I'm ready to go with you to prison and to death." He was an all-or-nothing kind of guy. When Jesus tried to wash his feet, he said no. But after Jesus told Peter that he could have no part with him unless he washed his feet, Peter wanted Jesus to wash not only his feet, but his head and his hands too. "In that case, Lord, wash all of me. Peter models the kind of passion for the Lord that I want in my own life. Maybe it's a little misplaced sometimes, like when Peter cut the soldier's ear in the garden. But his heart was so for the Lord, and his desire to be loyal to his God was truly genuine. Another trait Peter models is boldness. He was never afraid to say what he was thinking, or to approach the Lord about what was on his mind. When the Lord asked the disciples who they thought he was, Peter was the first to speak up and say the controversial words everyone knew. "You are the Christ." After Jesus' resurrection, Peter was the first evangelist at Pentecost, leading about 3,000 people into a relationship with God. He was bold and confident in who he was in Christ, and he didn't let his past failures keep him from being used by the Lord, but instead used what he learned. Is his simple leadership. Though he was just one of the 12, he stepped up and became one of the leaders of the people. And though he may have been loud and forceful at times, he learned humility and led by serving others. He led many evangelism endeavors and preached to hearts of thousands. He wrote several letters to the church that are now part of the Bible, instructing them and offering advice. While he may have sought a place of excellence during his life on earth, after he humbled himself, the Lord placed him in a high position, the rock on which Christ would build his church. I think he finally learned what Jesus meant when he said, "You want to be great in the kingdom of heaven?" Without passion, love, without boldness, even fear, and they're incapable of completely fulfilling God's purposes in our lives. And without good leadership skills, who will the others follow? Peter was a good example of all these traits. He showed how God honors passion, is pleased with boldness, and desires to use even the most unworthy of servants as leaders for hidden in who he was in Christ. And he didn't let his past failures keep him from being used by the Lord, but instead used what he learned from them to make him even